G'day guys, and today is our first episode of AFL Q&A. So what we're planning on doing is having a weekly segment where fans ask us questions and we provide the answers to those questions. And This is the first crack at it, mate.
And some good results too. Plenty of questions, which is great to see.
Yeah, get as many questions as possible. And at the end of the video, we'll give you a bit more guidance as to how we'll go for future weeks. But you got the first question, mate. Go for it.
I sure do, mate. NBA box breaks. He says, can Port win the flag? I'll take that one, and I definitely think they can, mate. They were great against North Melbourne, and they were so close to a grand final last year, so I can't see how it'd be any different. So, they're at their best running machine. They can beat anyone on their day. So, definitely, yes, they can win the flag, no doubt.
Oh, good, mate. We've got Matthew Ficara here, and I went to school with Matthew Ficara, quite a comedic fellow. I think I've just made up that word, but no, he's a good lad. Who's going to win this year's Brownlow? Hint, hint, Jack Stevens. So a little bit of tongue-in-cheek.
A Saints fan, eh?
Yeah, he loves the Saints.
Yeah.
Not sure if Jack Stevens is going to win it, but I've gone with the obvious Nat Fyfe, mate. As long as he doesn't get suspended and other players don't play well, he's a good chance. And I think you had a bit of contribution to this one too.
Yeah, it is tough to go past Nat Fyfe, but I'll go slightly different and say Josh Kennedy of the Swans. He had a pretty good start to the season, not the best on the weekend, but
yeah, which I found out in SuperCoach as captain.
Put the captain on it. Ooh.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, Kennedy for mine. Definitely a good poller.
So you did go past Fyfe.
I did in the end, but don't get me wrong, I'll be happy to put my money on him as well.
Yeah. Okay. We don't want to tip the favourites every time.
Yeah, exactly. But I've got the next one here. Mazzy Cart says, what's your favourite home and away home and away game? So, this is of all time, so
we'll do both.
We'll go both. For me, really any Hawthorn game, any Hawthorn victory, but I did pick one out. It was round 12, 2011.
That was a good game.
Hod kicked 6, didn't he? So
in the first half.
And we come back at 3/4 time, which is always exciting. So, but another one I threw in is actually a loss, unbelievably. The Saints, when both were undefeated in 2009.
13
huge build-up. Yeah, massive build-up, massive crowd. Etihad was just rumbling. It could have been Telstra Dome at that point in time. But yeah, amazing atmosphere, amazing game, high intensity. It was great to be a part of it, even though we lost. But any Hawthorn win in the past, big crowd has been fantastic. But how about yourself?
I haven't been to many home and away games actually, mate. So I've gone with the Geelong Hawks, which was round 5, 2014, where Tommy Hawkins taught Kyle Cheney a new one, which was really good. But I went to the Melbourne game in 2009 when we won by 40-something points. I've been to a few qualifying finals. But yeah, I haven't been to too many home and away games. So
do enjoy a final though, mate.
Oh yeah, I haven't missed too many qualifying finals since 2012, so that's good. Been to everyone since 2012, which is good. But next question we got is Kate Smith. He's asked us 4 questions in the one question. He's going with, do you think Joe Schultz is too overrated? Who's your favourite player from Port? Who do you think will win the showdown? Who has the best group of developing players?
Good input.
He wants to know the answers to these things. So I'll answer the first 2, and you'll answer the second, third and fourth.
Too easy.
I don't think Joe Schultz is overrated. I think he's a very good player. I think he's the best one of the best kicks at goal from a set shot. Makes the most of his opportunities. My favourite player from Port, I was Hamish Hartlett for a while. It was Robbie Gray before that, and then Robbie Gray got injured, so I was Hartlett. But Robbie Gray's an absolute standout, so he's my favourite from Port. You, mate?
I love Matty White. Love the pace on that man. Takes the game
goal.
on. Lovely goal. And Brad Evert I don't mind as well. Apparently the best two-way runner, they reckon, in the game.
I couldn't disagree.
Yeah, Ken Hinkley says so, but they're my faves. And will we move on to the showdown? Who do we think will win the showdown?
Yep.
Oh, gee, that's a tough one, isn't it, mate?
I don't know.
It's a tough one.
Who's going to show up?
At this point, I'd say Port Adelaide, but it is just one of those games. Any rivalry match, like Anzac Day and the derbies, the showdowns, even Geelong Hawthorn in their peak, they can go either way. So,
you can flip a coin and still don't get an answer.
Yeah, right. If I was tipping right now, I'd say Port Adelaide, but gee, as you said, flip a coin.
You're tough. And who has the best group developing players?
Yes, I have that one as well, don't I? I've gone the Giants. It's a bit vanilla, isn't it, mate? The Giants, of course, but I had to think about it. I had a look at a few of the clubs that are up and coming and some of the younger lists. But it's hard to go past. You look at the Giants midfield, it's tasty. You know, it's
Tasty.
It's fantastic.
Vanilla and tasty in the same sentence is pretty good.
Oh, what names? You got Shield, you got Whitfield.
Caniglio.
Caniglio's another one. You know, Ward and Griffin, of course, are not developing. But
Curly Hampton.
Yeah,
I think that's his name. Curtly Hampton. That's the one. It's not Curly Hampton.
And of course, you got Cameron up there, and McCarthy. Patton is injured.
Yeah.
You know,
a lot of upside.
There's a lot of stacks of options, and I've probably missed a few in the midfield there too, of course. So, but
did you say Trelaw?
No, I didn't say Trelaw. So,
and you said Ward, of course.
Devon Smith is another one that comes to mind. So, they pop up. There's plenty of options there. So,
Reece Palmer played a pretty good game on the weekend. I know he's getting a bit older.
Yeah, they've even got Tom Scully. I can't remember if I mentioned him, but he could pop up at some point in his career. You would hope.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Number one draft picked.
That's right. And I've got the next one too.
Next one.
When do you think Charlie asked this. Charlie 22232.
Few twos there.
Yeah, Charlie wants to know, when do I think Ablett will bounce back to his best, if he will? Well, gee, I hope he does. It was sad seeing him run around not at his best. So, look, it is tough to know because we have a lack of information on how bad that shoulder is. Indefinite. It's exactly what it is. We have no definite answer when he'll be back. But if I was guessing now, I think it'll be mid to late this year. Ablett, by the sounds of things, if he starts taking the anti-inflammatories and things like that, because he's against that with the way of life that he takes.
Yeah.
If he starts introducing a bit of that, it'll help with the pain to play and might help him to get back a little bit quicker. So look, it's a bit of a crystal ball one, but I noted down rounds 12 to 15. I think we'll see him getting back to his best.
Couple of months.
Yeah. So I think it'll be a while. I think he can get back sooner than maybe some think, but I wouldn't expect his best form to just turn up in the first week or two.
Yeah, no, I pretty much agree with that too. I don't think it'll be the next week, but I think it'll be, don't think it'll be forever.
Hopefully as soon as possible, given he's so good to watch.
That's right. You don't want the best down and out.
No, not at all. You've got the next one though, don't you, mate?
Yeah, Cap _ Carter 1. Can GWS get a win over Geelong? I don't know when you want that to happen, but I'm assuming you're meaning this year. They certainly can because they're playing a Star Trek Oval, and if it's a away game, we're a good chance to lose. So they nearly got us last year at Star Trek Oval. I think it was 7 or 8 points in it. So they're really competitive against us in particular, and the biggest margin between us is 65 points, I'm pretty sure, which was the first game against them ever. And the last 3 games, including the one this year, is at Star Trek, so it's like we just can't get a home game with the Giants for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, it's weird, but absolutely, mate. They're no longer the worst team in the league.
Well, they pushed us right to the very end last time, didn't they?
We were 36 up in the last quarter.
Yeah.
So they certainly can, and with our form this year and with the Giants' form, combine those two together, I think they're a huge chance to beat us. So.
Yeah, it's solid.
You got the next one?
Yeah, Darth Muse. He wants to know about subs.
He's a good fan, Darth Muse. I like him.
Yeah, gets around it.
Yeah, he loves it.
Good stuff. He reckons, should the sub rule be axed? 22 players, 4 on the bench. Like the good old days. Yes, it should, mate. It should be axed.
He loves this one.
I do not like the sub. It's so frustrating. Maybe because I love SuperCoach. I don't know, and I hate my bloke being sub. But it's more than that. It's a bit tongue in cheek. I don't think it's required, as I've said in another video. They brought in that
free agency.
Well, no, with the extreme numbers around the ball and the high interchange rates, injury, whatnot, flow-on effect. Well, they brought the cap in for the interchange, kept the sub. It's a band-aid on a band-aid, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, it's a bit redundant, but
so I don't think it's tough on guys making their debut. They're always sub, and cockatoos just been back-to-back subs.
Yeah, I hate that.
It's frustrating, a guy could play 12 games and he could be sub for 8 of them, and you still get as much game. Well, it still goes down as one game. So look, I think it should go back to what it used to be: 22 players, and they should all get a genuine crack.
I think Adam Goods would agree with you there, mate.
Adam Goods definitely would.
I think he's just about to start the petition for it, so it should be good. We've got the next question from Reed Patterson. Do you think the Crows can go deep in September, and can the Cats make the top 4? Shorty's going to answer the second part of your question. Can the Crows get deep in September? It really does depend how they perform, probably where they're at middle of the season. I think they could. I also think they're a bit off Fremantle, Sydney, Hawthorn and Port Adelaide as well. So I think they could probably make it to their best maybe preliminary final if everything going right. But I think they'll probably get to a second week of finals, assuming they make it, which I think they will. They've got the list to do it. I think they can. But see how it goes. And for the second part of the question, mate, go for it.
Yeah, can the Cats make the top 4? It pains me to say, but I don't think they can. No, I don't think they
Top
can.
Top 4 is not the question.
It's not the question?
No, well, it is, but in terms of the whole thing...
I didn't think I misread that.
No,
yeah, you're right there, mate. I get what you're saying. Look, we are not that side anymore. I mean, you just mentioned the clubs that are probably ahead of us. You mentioned all 5. And I don't think we're overly close to the likes of Fremantle, which has been proved. Hawthorn, which was proved.
10 goals, 7 goal loss.
Yeah, Port Adelaide, Sydney and Adelaide. Yep. I think we're a touch, if not a couple of touches off those sides at the moment. I think we can make the 8, that's for sure, but I don't think I can see us producing the sort of football that can consistently win matches and enough matches against the best sides that results in a top 4 finish. So it pains me to say that, but I don't think we can at the moment.
It's a harsh reality, isn't it?
Yeah, when we don't want to be biased here. That's our genuine thoughts. So there you go.
Awesome.
Do I have the next one?
No, I've got it. We've got
Dari
Joe. Dari Joe, who's a very good, we'll call him sponsor just to make him sound more special and professional. Do you see Mick Malthouse as the problem for Carlton at the moment, or are the issues more widespread across the club? He's a champion coach, Mick Malthouse.
It's a good question too.
It really is. He's won a few premierships, a couple of West Coast, at least one at Collingwood. Made a few grand finals at Collingwood, mind you. At least 3 losing ones. I think Carlton are in that position where their list is in a very awkward position. They've got a couple of players that are at their peak, if not past their best. So they've got Judd. They've also got Kate Simpson nearing the end, and Andrew Walker, and they haven't got much of a gap between sort of them and Gibson, Murphy and whatnot. And they lack genuine A graders as well. So I think it is mainly their list. They can win on their day, but I think they just need to regenerate their list, and it will be a long rebuild, that's for sure. I think for Carlton.
Definitely.
You can't just kick the coach out because you're not winning. I mean, you can only do what's in front of you, I think.
Yeah, and he's a proven coach with a lot of unproven players. So
exactly, yeah. Spot on.
No,
so
that's a good point.
There you go, Dari Joe. You got the next one?
Yeah, I sure do, mate. It's from Jake Brook. What AFL player will have their breakout season this year?
You love talking about breakout players,
I do, mate.
That's why I gave it to you.
Yeah, we did do a video, mate, on players to look out for in 2015. So you can have a look through Kizio's videos and you'll find a few more players on that. But I'll throw a couple of names at you. Patrick Cripps, I love him.
Yeah, you do like him.
He was back in the Carlton side, and he's one of those guys that Mick Malthouse will be looking for to play a lot of games and play well. That next step sort of play, and I think he will. Loves a contested footy, high pick. Physically ready made, so look out for him.
89 on SuperCoach this week, I think.
Yes,
he did.
Yes, he did, mate. Jesse Lonergan, there's a bit of a left field one for you, but I like to go a bit left field, and maybe someone hasn't heard of him, but he plays for the Gold Coast. Yep. Big-bodied mid. He's struggled with injuries for a lot of his career. There's a position there for him. The Gold Coast are struggling. Ablett's out. I think he may have been emergency, if not playing in the reserves this week.
Yep.
But I reckon he's a genuine chance to certainly come on and play some good footy. So there's a couple of names there for you.
Awesome.
Definitely check out that video though, so because you have a couple of names in there too.
We both do, yeah.
We sure do. And I'll keep going here. Anthony Grillo, do you guys think that the GWS, there's a few giant questions coming in.
Yeah, they love them.
Can get into the top 8 this season? Yeah, I think they can.
Didn't you say they couldn't?
I may have.
I've
changed my tune lately. I'm all over the Giants of late, but the question was, do you think they can? I think they can.
They can, yeah.
Do I think they will? No.
Okay, yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
Because I think they have the potential to make it.
Yeah.
I think there's more well-rounded sides that we know what we're going to get from them.
Exactly.
They'll probably finish ahead. But the Giants, as we just mentioned with the developing list, it can depend. If they develop at a rapid rate, then you never know. You know, they could produce, Shields on fire at the moment. If they follow suit with a few of those younger guys and the forward line starts clicking, they could be a very dangerous team. So
exactly, yeah.
You know, they're a side on the rise, and you just never know. They could add a bit of consistency, and they could be dangerous. So, yeah, they can make the 8.
They can.
Potentially can.
Alright, I think we're on to the next page.
Yeah, flip the
here.
page. Good mate, Laurie.
I've got bloody all these other questions.
Yeah.
Mixing up. Laurie Hammy, old mate Laurie, as we like to call him. Awesome idea, guys. Thanks, Laurie. Good on you, mate. My question is, and this is one of my favourite questions because obviously it's Gats. So
good question.
Yeah, my question is, who are both of your top 5 favourite Geelong players from 2007 to now? Go with yours, mate.
Absolute head scratcher this one, Laurie, because we love so many of them. You know,
we do.
Trying to pick 5 out of the Cats' best year of all time is tricky, but I've come up. Oh, I couldn't really rank them for you, mate. Gee, I'll rank them, but it's so tough to split. But I've gone Joel Selwood.
You love Joel?
I love Joel. He's fantastic. Just the way he leads. He was on show on the weekend. Just fantastic stuff. Andrew Mackie. Bit sentimental there. He's my favourite player. Has been since he debuted. So
I did say it was an interesting player to have as your favourite one.
Sure
once
did,
upon
mate.
a time.
So we've got him in there. Can't go past Gary Ablett Jr. Just still love him. He's not coming back to the Cats.
He was never going to.
We still love him. So
we might make a video about that.
Yeah, we may well. Some of the stuff he did for us, you know, when he was in our jumper was just inspiring, and I love his goals. So many highlights in the grand finals are some of my favourites that he's involved with. So
brilliant.
It certainly helps. And Chappie, again. How can you not love Chappie? I love him for what he said initially. Those quotes that just got us to finally lift. No passengers, you know. Lift, boys. And they did. He hates Hawthorn. I hate Hawthorn. You know, he hates losing to them.
You know what?
So much passion.
He's lost to them once in the last 7-8 years.
Yeah, even when the Bombers skins he got.
Even the Bombers skins, they stole it from them last year, and they got redemption this year. Bit of a side note.
Yeah, exactly right. So, gotta love the chap. And Steve Johnson, mercurial man. He amuses me too. He's a funny bloke. I laugh at stuff he says when he's not trying to be funny. He's just an amusing sort of fella.
He doesn't talk too well either. It's one of the
cracks me up, and he can do the mercurial. So often he's thought about as sometimes showy or inconsistent at times when it doesn't come off, but he's as hard a worker as there is, you know.
Yeah.
His work rate's fantastic, and I think that's what I love about him as well. He can do the brilliant, but he also does the basics, certainly in his prime, as good as anyone. But
absolutely.
There's my 5, and gee, that wasn't as easy as it may have sounded. I had a good think about it, but we'll get your 5, mate.
Alright, yeah, it was a tough one too. Stevie J, who's my favourite of all time. Shorty pretty much sees mercurial. He's funny with his look-away handballs.
You love him.
They're always a good highlight. He's freaky goals. He doesn't kick as often now. He's playing midfield. I just love that he's an unconventional footballer, and he's a footballer's footballer, as we like to say.
Yeah.
Jimmy Bartell's number 2. Just a sensational player who sort of has probably gotten under the radar over the last few years. He hasn't been at his best he was in 07-08, where he was just a gem, and that's probably when I loved him at the most, and a lot of people would have. Yeah, great ball winner, loved a goal as well, and just a great footballer. Won a Brownlee medal next to his name. Hasn't won a best and fairest, and I don't think he ever will.
No, he probably won't. I mean,
which is so sad.
He looked likely this year with his good form, but now he's injured, so
I had money on him for the Brownlow. I was thinking $101 to one. I thought, yeah, all right. Anyway, that was a bit silly, but Harry Taylor, just an absolute general down back. He goes for the mark. He doesn't just punch it out of bounds and does the old school defender style. He's an attacking defender and goes forward and kicks goals. I like defenders that can kick goals, and everyone does. Yeah, he's a pretty good kick normally under pressure, and he just takes marks whenever you need him. So he's a very reliable customer. Joel Selwood, hard to go past him. Rising star in 2007. A bit stiff not to win a Brownlow yet, and hopefully he ends his career with one. He's just one of the most professional leaders you'll ever see play. And I rate him very highly, as many people would. So there's Joel Selwood. I've written down Corey Enright here, but I just remembered Matthew Egan was my favourite player in 2007. So sorry, Boris, you just get out of the top 5 there. Matthew Egan was an emerging defender. He got in the All-Australian in 2007, but thanks to Jonathan Brown, was never able to play again due to a navicular bone injury, which is one of the worst injuries you can get, seemingly. Ruined his career. Didn't get to play in the Premiership. But interestingly enough, if Egan didn't have that injury, would we have Harry Taylor is the real question, and I don't think we would.
No, he definitely wouldn't. He was the reason we got Harry, and it's a heartbreaking story that he missed out, but yeah, it gave Taylor the chance, and he's one of your favourites as well. So.
Yeah, what a bit of interesting stuff there. Yeah. Quickly on Enright, I reckon he's the best small defender to play in the modern era, so I loved him a lot too, and sort of going towards 2010, 2010s.
Plenty of brilliant names to miss out. I mean, I had like Scarlett and Moon, Stasher were in there. I love Corey Bartel, of course. So it's, you got to narrow it down to 5. That was a question.
Very
we did
tough.
our best. So.
Yeah, we spent 10 minutes on you, mate. And I've got four of the next 5. So the Junkyard Dog. How does it feel to be on the bottom of the ladder after 2 rounds? It's a different feeling. It's not the best, I'll give you that. Well, at least we're off it now. But
it feels better we're off it after 3 rounds.
After 3 rounds after the win, which you asked this question before this round. So, it's an empty feeling. Bit different. Very out of the ordinary. So
not one we wish to feel too often.
I hope your team, which might be St Kilda, as a St Kilda Guernsey, at least I think it is, so hopefully your team doesn't go on the bottom of the ladder. Sporting stuff. Where do you think Geelong will finish? So I think we had a similar question for you, mate, but since there was 2, I could answer 1. So.
Yeah.
I think between 8th and 12th, with the current form, I think at our absolute best we can finish 6th, but I don't see that happening this year. I think we're really at that rebuilding stage now. So I reckon, between 8th to 12th. If we make the 8th this year, it'd be a great effort.
It really would.
But even if we do, we're not going to challenge in finals or anything, but you want to play in them.
Yeah, there was a headline on the AFL website I saw when you were searching through Cats finals hopes lie in young hands, I think it was, and that's very true. It really does depend on the development and how many younger players come through and at what rate they do as to if we can finish any higher than 8. So.
Sounds good. And Harold Mitch asks, where will the Western Bulldogs be in 2017? It's a good question since they've started off well this season. I think they'll be fighting for a final spot. At least, where have they finished the last few years? Sort of around the 12th to 16th?
Yeah, that's bottom rung.
Yeah, I think with the way they started this year and with the natural progression of talent like Bontempelli, Tom Boyd even, Talia, McRae and Stringers. I really like Stringer. Yeah, it really does depend on a lot of these questions depend on the development, how quickly teams build up and improve. I think the Dogs will probably be vying for a top 8 spot in 2017. It's a long way away, and lots happens throughout the year and whatnot. They could even make it this year. It'd be very unlikely, but seen funny things happen before.
Yeah.
But I think they'll be fighting for they'll be around a top 8 team, I think.
Yeah, I agree. They're a bit of a buzz side, so they'll be pressing for it.
They sure will be. You got the next one, mate?
Sure do, mate. This one's asked by ASVP_AA. Intriguing name.
AA batteries.
He asks, do you think Dangerfield will come to Geelong? And if not, who do you think Geelong should get up in free agency? Well, I don't have to answer that second part because I think Danger will come to us. I think he will. So I didn't think Travis Boak would come. You think if every big name that pops up, we just think we're going to get. Well, I didn't think Boakey would come along.
Why was that, mate? We've never really discussed this before. But...
Yeah, it's one of those gut feeling things. You read things and you just didn't get that vibe that he really wanted to get out where he was.
Yeah.
But in things I've seen with Dangerfield, he's really danced quite awkwardly around the question. When asked, and he gets asked a lot, and especially I went to school with Paddy, and I know his dad and family, so he has strong connections, as did Trav, but you just get that feel. Didn't get the captaincy. Geelong have a bit extra cash now too, which helps.
They should. We never get anyone.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we've been gearing ourselves up. We made it clear we want him. It may depend a little bit because Adelaide all of a sudden are flying and we're dropping down a tad. So you just wonder whether that will depend and change his mind slightly. I hope it doesn't, but I do think Patrick Dangerfield will be playing for the Cats in 2016, and what a lovely combo that'd be. Dangerfield and Selwood, that'd be
pretty good.
That'd be fantastic stuff. But and if he doesn't, I'm not sure there's anyone else we'd really look for, to be honest. There's no real big names. I think we'd just go to the draft table.
Yeah.
Some people pop up in the trade period, but I wouldn't think we'd go for any massive names and not too many other floating about that we might like. So,
No, fair enough.
I hope that answers your question, mate. And you'll finish us off with yet another Giants one.
Alright, this one is from XV15698 space GHFDI. Interesting
You gotta hope that stands for something.
Interesting username, mate. You want it to remember... Does he use it to remember something? Who knows? Will GWS might have a chance to play finals? Not this year, mate. They do have a chance. Anyone has a chance to make the finals, I think. But, yeah, I mean, as Shorty said, it will depend on how they go, how they all progress. I feel like that's the answer to everything, how teams progress and whatnot. But I think they're probably a year or two off finals at the very least. I mean, Gold Coast should have been in finals this year. They still could, but they're not in a great spot without Gary Ablett. Unfortunately, I don't think they will this year. But next few years, yeah, look out for the Giants.
Well, that's it. Well, a lot of these questions do have a certain amount of depending on, but we like to think we give a pretty straight up answer as well. And I guess while the Giants can, I think we both agree we don't think they will make the 8 this year. So, but you can never write sides off, so it's good for discussion, and we enjoy the questions.
Yeah, it's good summarisation, mate. Yeah, well, those are the questions from week 1 of the first episode of AFL Q&A. So ask more questions for us. Shorty, you've got some more input.
We both enjoy a bit of SuperCoach, maybe me slightly more than yourself.
Not slightly more, 5 country mile.
Yeah, well, if you've got a SuperCoach question, throw it out there as well. But anything footy related.
Even with us, personally, footy related, not personal life, but footy.
I'm playing footy at the moment. I've injured my shoulder on the weekend. I'm on the injury list.
Where does Shorty play?
Yeah, ask us anything. Could be local footy, could be, more so the AFL scene we enjoy. But if it's about footy, hit us up and we'll be excited to answer a few questions because it's been good response, and it's a good video.
Awesome. Alright, don't forget to share this video around and get plenty more questions in. Yeah, don't forget to like the video as well, and subscribe to us. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll see you guys all soon.